Hello everyone, welcome to the Solidworks 2025 tutorials. In today's video, we will learn how to model and assemble three essential engine components: the piston, connecting rod, and crankshaft. Step by step, make sure you are using the full versions of Solidworks 2025 or the other versions that is compatible for your operating system. Let's get started from the blank spaces. Before get started, I want to introduce to you the basic concepts that we are going to build or we are going to draw the engine's components inside the engine's components. And here is our job that we will create it. The first one is the crankshaft. The crankshaft is the main component inside the engines that connected to the pistons through connecting rod to make the engines move. So another essential component called connecting rod, it transport or transfers the powers from the pistons through the to the crankshaft that also makes the engines move. And the upper one, we call it the piston. The piston is where the combustion happens. So inside this, there is the gaps or the spaces between the uppers and the pistons. So inside that, we will have the combustions that transfers the powers from engines to connecting rod and to the crankshaft. So here is the motions that happens inside the engines. So we're gonna build this from scratches. So let's get started. Okay, first open the Solidworks 2025 by double click it. Now it is starting. Yeah, here is the interface of the Solidworks that we are going to use it. There are three parts. The first one is a part, the second is assembly, and the third is a drawing. Or you open it if you have an existing Solidworks project. But from here, we will create it, the part. Here, we need to check this part. And when we click on it, yeah, that is the interface for creating parts. So the first one, we are going to build the pistons. So yeah, in here there is the part hierarchy where the part is located. So look at these three parts. The first one is for the front. It's a plan. The plan is where the project or where the component is started. The first one I'm gonna use is a top. So I bring it and click on sketches. Right click on it and click on sketches. Here is the top plane. According to our reference, we're gonna build like a cylindrical shape. Okay, we will choose this cylindrical and point it to the center of the plane. Left click on it and drag it, and then you will see that the edges of the cylindrical shapes or the circles, you can adjust it according to your needs. And for me, I just randomly checked it, the first one, and you can adjust the size later on after you finish drawing or sketching. The first one is check it, and I prefer to use the smart dimensions. And here is the smart dimensions that you are going to that I'm using. So you can decide the size of the cylinder. The first one is 140.859018 millimeter. Here is the unit. I use it as a millimeter. So the size is 140. In that case, I'm gonna build it as the 70 or the 70.00. I click on finish. You can see that the size is 70 and click on finish it. Now you have the 2D plan sketches. You cannot move it. You see, here is the plane that have the circle. So in order to make it as the 3D sketch, you need to select it first and go to that features. In that features, you're gonna have multiple options for your needs. And here is an extrude Bose base. The second one is the revolve Bose base. In this case, I'm gonna choose the extrude Bose base. So I'm gonna extrude it to the upper to make the cylinder form. So in that case, you just drag and drag it to adjust the size that require by your needs. In that case, I'm gonna choose it 40. Yes, it's a 40. It's a 40 and check on finish it. In that case, just drag and drop to lower a little bit to make it more visible. And if you want to zoom in or zoom out the part, you just move your mouse scroll in order to zoom in or zoom out to the point that you want to view. Okay, now we have the cylinder shape like a cube shape. Here, let's move back to our reference. The reference is, we will see that inside the cylinder shape, we have an extrude cut hole on the upper of the cylinder. Let's make it. So now come into our workspace, and if you want to extrude here, just select on it, and you can choose it from here, or right click on it and select sketches. Now you are on the 2D plan for sketching. In here, we also need the cylinder shape. When you move to the center of the cylinder, left click on it and drag it the same as the previous one. So adjust the size as you need it. In that case, I'm gonna choose 25.57 radius. So in that case, you can adjust the size later. So I keep it for 25. Okay. Now, yes, that's all I need. I just click on OK. And I want to exit the sketches. Now, I want to see how the shapes is look like. So here, now it's similar as I need it. Now I'm gonna extrude it. So let's select on that sketch. Please be sure that if you want to extrude or make the features for sums or for individual sketches, you must select it first. Now the blue or the green circle is indicating that you selected the sketches of the circle. Now let's go to that features and selected the extrude cut. They have two options: extrude Bose and base and extrude cut it. Now we want to cut it inside the cylinder. Then we choose the extrude cut it. Okay. Now it will cut through to the plane. You can see that from sketch plane and blind. It will cut like a hole through inside the cylinder. In that case, we're gonna move back to our reference. It will cut through only maybe 1 or maybe 5 or 10 millimeters. So we're gonna adjust it only about 40 millimeter. Now I'm gonna adjust it to 5, change it to 5. Here you will see that in the red area, this is the place where it will be cut it off. When I click on check it, and it will cut it off. So you can see that now we have the same shapes as our reference. Let's move back. Okay. Now finish for learning how to extrude or extrude cut the cylinder and how to draw the sketches from the beginning.